Welcome to my presentation. In this reflection, I will share my personal and professional development as a social work student, with a focus on my work in the Brooklyn community and group facilitation with first-year students. I will begin by highlighting my personal growth, particularly how I have developed confidence, self-awareness, and communication skills. I will also reflect on my professional growth, including the competencies I have strengthened, such as leadership, ethical practice, and applying theory to practice. This presentation will also describe my involvement in the Brooklyn community, why I contributed to raising awareness around crime and safety, and my facilitation of group work sessions that supported first-year students in adhering to university life. Both of these interventions were guided by the developmental approach, which emphasizes participation, empowerment, and long-term growth. Finally, I will connect my experiences to social work principles and values, such as human dignity, social justice, and self-determination, showing how these guided my practice throughout. In this way, I will demonstrate how my professional and personal growth has been shaped through both community and group work. In Brooklyn, I began with the Bean stage, which focused on immersion and observation. My group and I explored the community, observing houses, schools, and infrastructure and diversity. We spoke with a security guard and a garden worker who both viewed Brooklyn as relatively safe, though we also noticed challenges such as littering, aging housing, and poor street lighting. This stage helped us connect with the community, build trust, and start forming a profile. The problematizing stage moved from observation to identifying issues with members themselves. At Brooklyn, we engaged with a pop-up shop employee, a security guard, and another shop worker. They raised concerns about crime in certain areas, a lack of affordable food, and shifts in population. Yet, strengths were also clear. Brooklyn's diversity, inclusivity, and the role of cafes and shops in uniting people. Together, these stages showed resilience, diversity, and solidarity as community strengths, while also highlighting challenges like crime, unemployment, inequality, and limited resources. The distinction was key. Being allowed immersion and trust building, while problematizing enabled critical analysis with community input. In the conscientization stage, my group focused on raising awareness and deepening understanding of issues in Brooklyn. We visited NG Universiteitsoord and spoke with Marietta Minnar, who shared challenges faced by both students and older community members. Many students turn to the church when NSFAS allowances run out and or when struggling with academics, relationships, or faith. The church supports them through referral to pastors, theology students, or a social worker, and also organizes food drives and donations for students and families. Marietta highlighted the church's unifying role. Although mainly Afrikaans, it offers English groups and collaborates with other churches to support diverse residents. Older persons benefit from weekly Bible study groups that keep them socially active and connected. This stage showed that the conscientization happens through dialogue and participation, while also revealing the students and older persons as vulnerable groups. At the same time, the church provides vital social and spiritual resources. It guided us to see the importance of partnership and intervention that supported both students' well-being and intergenerational solidarity. In my per diagram, sorry, in my per diagram, my planning went like this. My group and I met to discuss the goals of our intervention, clarified rules, and identified crime and safety awareness as a key focus area. In my preparation, we designed interactive crossword puzzles, word searches, and flyers to make the awareness campaign engaging and educational. In collaboration, we partnered with Axon Security to strengthen credibility, gain expert input, and ensure accurate safety information was provided. Implementation, we partnered with Axon Security at the university. We set up a gazebo on campus and engaged with over 200 students, providing information on crime, robbery, strategies, and how to stay safe. After the event, we reflected on the outcomes. We found that students responded positively, stating that the information was valuable, and we felt that the intervention successfully achieved its goal of raising awareness and empowering students. Our evaluation showed that the community educational model was successful as the students left with practical tools to navigate their environment more safely. In the making sense stage, we reflected on our project using Kemmer's research spiral of planning, acting, observing, and reflecting. Although we did not return to the community for follow-ups, we gathered valuable feedback during the implementation day that said otherwise. We worked well with our collaboration with Axon Security, which added expertise and credibility, as well as interactive flyers and crosswalk activities that engaged students. What did not work well was that some students only took flyers without joining discussions, showing that the challenges of sustaining attention in an open campus setting. Overall, the goals were achieved. As I said, over 200 students were reached. Many reported the information as useful, and awareness about crime and safety increased. Final communication took place through direct engagement at the gazebo and the use of flyers, linking back to the initial problem by ensuring students were informed and empowered with the strategies to stay safe. In our group work experience, the group was named the Future Advocates of Hope, with the metaphor of carrying the flame of hope and inspiration. It was an educational and support group designed to assist first-year students with their transition from high school to university. The overall goal was to help students feel more comfortable, informed, and prepared to balance academic and social life while building confidence and coping skills. In the planning stage, my co-facilitator and I defined clear objectives with the group, recruit members from WhatsApp, and ensured a shared purpose. We orientated them to expectations, rules, and procedures to create a solid foundation. The beginning stage focused on building trust and creating a safe space. We welcomed members warmly, used an icebreaker to ease comfort, and discussed confidentiality, rules, expectations, and roles. This motivated members, clarified goals, and encouraged commitment to the process. During the middle working stage, we structured sessions around themes such as management, balance, and academic transition. Interactive activities promoted peer learning, while regular assessments of need and smooth transition kept members engaged. This stage was key in achieving group goals through participation and collaboration. Finally, in the ending stage, we provided closure through structured termination. Members reflected on what they had learned, summarized personal growth, and celebrated achievements. Our aim was to leave them confident, self-reliant, and equipped with tools and strengthened relationships for their university journey. Overall, the group experience showed the value of creating a safe and empowering environment where students could grow together while also strengthening my skills in facilitation, leadership, and reflective practice. In the beginning phase, we focused on creating a safe and supportive environment. We welcome members warmly, use an icebreaker to ease anxiety, and encourage introduction where students shared why they chose social work. Key tasks include clarifying the group's purpose, setting rules like confidentiality and attendance, and explaining our roles as facilitators. Members also shared their own expectations and rules which promoted ownership. The goals of building trust, cohesion, and clarity were achieved through active participation and positive feedback. I applied skills such as active listening, summarizing, and asking open-ended questions, while upholding social work values of respect, dignity, inclusivity, and confidentiality. The group dynamics were positive. Members were enthusiastic, supportive, and respectful, with both active and quieter voices included. This phase successfully laid the foundation for participation and trust in later sessions. In the working stage, the group became more comfortable and participative, showing stronger cohesion and trust. The last two sessions before termination reflected this well. In session 4, our topic was study methods. We discussed different techniques such as summarizing, mind maps, and active recall. This allowed members to share their own strategies and learn from one another, creating peer learning and empowerment. In session 5, the focus was on friendship, with an emphasis on trust. Members reflected on the role of trust in maintaining healthy relationships and how friendships can provide support during university transition. The skills I used included facilitation, encouraging peer sharing, active listening, and summarizing. The principles and values applied were participation, respect, confidentiality, and empowerment. The group dynamics were notably stronger than in the beginning stage. Members spoke more freely, encouraged each other, and built on each other's ideas. This stage showed growth in both confidence and group cohesion, laying the groundwork for a meaningful termination. In the termination stage, our group successfully brought closure to the process in a way that was both meaningful and celebratory. Each member contributed by bringing something to eat, while we as second-year facilitators provided snacks and certificates of participation. This created a warm, positive atmosphere where members felt appreciated and recognized for their efforts. Evaluation was facilitated by asking members to reflect on what they had learned about themselves, others, and transition to university life. Their feedback showed that the group had met its goals of building confidence, skills, and supportive peer connections. Throughout this stage, I made use of skills such as summarizing, affirming, contribution, and active listening. The social work values and principles of respect, dignity, and self-determination guided us as we acknowledged members' growth and encouraged them to continue applying what they had learned. The group dynamics in termination were notably different from the working stage. Members were more confident, open, and supportive of one another, showing strong bonds of trust. While there was some sadness in saying goodbye, the overall mood was celebratory and reflective. The session provided closure while empowering members to move forward independently with tools and experiences they had gained. In the conclusion, the overall goal of the process was achieved. The first year students became more comfortable, confident, and equipped with skills to manage their academic and social transition into university life. What worked well was the use of interactive activities, the icebreaker that built trust, and open discussion that allowed every member to feel heard. The supportive group atmosphere and evaluation forms also helped us adapt and respond to members' needs. What did not work well was the time management. Sometimes activities took too long than planned, leaving less space for deeper discussions. Reflecting on my personal and professional growth, I can say that my PDP goals of increasing self-motivation and individual inclination as set out in my shadow match profile were achieved. Personally, I became more confident in my facilitation role and motivated to take initiative. Professionally, I developed stronger leadership skills, communication, and reflective skills, while applying social work values such as respect, dignity, and participation. The group work experience not only met its objectives for the first year students, but also helped me grow into a more capable and motivated social work practitioner. And here is my references. Thank you.